Hi you guys, this is Pam with Jesusjunkjournals, and today I am going through my journal, decorating it, and just adding some more fun touches to it, just showing you some of the things I've done. It's a quick video, and honestly there may be others like this where I go over the journal yet again, because there's so many different things you can do, and I go through it and I think, okay, emboss. Then I go through and like, oh, I want to add my little velvet pieces. Go through it like, oh, I want to do some hand lettering. So I don't know how else to do it other than to just show you how I'm doing it as I go. So here's a quick video of a few things that I've done, and I hope you like it. Hi everybody, this is Pam from Jesusjunkjournals. And I'm working on the Prayer War Room Journal some more. And I thought instead of me going step by step, when I try to do what I'm doing and think about it and come up with new ideas and talk to you on a video, it just doesn't seem to work out very well. I end up with these long silent pauses and while I'm sitting there thinking. So I just decided to do some things and then come back after the fact and tell you what I did. So this was one of the pieces out of the add-on kit for this journal. And it had, I mean, my digital file that I created had some lace on it, but I thought it would look cute to put real lace on it. So I did that. And that's sort of what I'm doing in this journal more than I have in the other ones, is adding more fabric and trim and softness and things like that. So here's the card also from the add-on kit. So what I did is I got some batting. This is cotton batting for a baby blanket. I got it off of Amazon, and it's very thin. And so I've been using that on some of my cards and then putting fabric with it. And I put a little piece of this doily in here too. So I just stitched around it. And it just adds a little bit of softness and a little bit of heft to it. So it just seems like a little more important, kind of, so to speak. So I've just kind of worked through, I'm not sure what all I have shown you. Here's one where I have a bunch of these in the kit. And so on this one, I just added a little tab out of this lace I had left over. I've made some of these pockets. I think this is something that everybody's familiar with, but I used hems for mine. And I just layered them up, rounded the edges, glued them with glitter glue, used the ink on the edges. So here's a 2 pocket, and here's a 3 pocket. And then I stitched them, and this one has white stitching, but here's some with different color with black stitching. I thought, well, I might as well make several if I'm going to do it. So, oh, and I added this. Decided to add a little fold-out pocket. So this is the page from the main kit. This right here. And so this goes with that. And then I added this. You can see the tab where I glued it in. And this was just a pad of scrapbooking paper I had on hand. And so I just created this with 2 pockets, and I just kind of played around with it. And I'm sure it's nothing that you haven't seen before, but I do like this format. And so I think I'm going to add this in my next journal I do. I'm going to make that as part of the add-on kit because I think it's kind of cute and I haven't done it in a kit before. So I just stitched around it, used my circle cutter and punched the little divot out for the pocket. So that folds like that. And so that's part of this now. And right now I just have a big gold paper clip holding this in until I figure out if I want to do something fancier. This is something I showed the other day, but I've been kind of working on it some more. I did some lettering. I went ahead and put Seek the Lord, and I had some of this left over, so I just stitched some of it on the side. And actually it was to cover this up because I used a punch and the punch malfunctioned, so I needed to cover it up. So I just took this cloth and stitched over it. And then I had some of this gauze here, so I put that on. So that's on one side. And the other side I lettered also. These are just 2 envelopes that you basically shove the tab of the envelope into the other envelope and cut one of them off, and it creates this pocket. And this one I wrote, "Be still," and I had some of this ribbon laying here that matched the button, some more of that. So this pocket came, you know, it has this purple in it, and this purple is not really in this. The only place I can really see it is maybe it kind of leans that way on this page. So I put the green in it because the green is all over the journal, and I thought that helped tie it into the journal color-wise. And then I just took it over a page for now with one of these bulldog clips. And then I took this, and I knew I was going to put it on this green cloth because it just matched it really well, but it needed something else. So I just took a couple of trims I had, glued this one down, stitched this one down, and then glued this over the top of it. And still have this card. I haven't figured out if I want to just clip it in or make something special for it. There's the ribbon slider that I did last time. Here's one of my samplers for my slow stitch demonstration. And I made a little pocket for it, and because it's thick, I made the kind of pocket that has the tabs on the back. Normally I just take anything, like I could take a piece of cardstock and glue it, and that's a pocket. But sometimes you need it to hold something thick, and so in that case you need to cut little flaps on 3 sides. So that's what I did with this, and that allows room to tuck this in a little easier. And this, I just wanted something over on this corner, so I happen to have this, and so I just stitched it in and put one of my little tags that I worked on the other day in there. And this, I have this trim, and it's wire. I got it at Hobby Lobby, and it's wire. It's really stiff, and I like it, but I was like, what do I do with this stuff? So I decided to take embroidery floss and just stitch it in 3 different spots to the background. And so now it's kind of like a belly band or whatever to hold this card in. And so it is what it is. I just tucked that card. This was a greeting card that I had, and I glued a piece of white cardstock on the back of it and just rounded the corners. And for now, I'm just going to tuck it in that side pocket there. And this poor boy keeps getting folded back. I have a feeling I probably ought to just cut him off because he's not going to stand up the way he needs to. Oh well, I'll figure that out. I'll leave it for now. But I just put some things in the pockets. Actually, I need to put something here just to make sure something's in the pockets. So that's what I did on that. Oh, here's a card I made. I had made this a while back, and it's just, I did some napkin decoupaging on it. Had an old hymnal glued to it, and then I cut apart. I get these newsletters from different ministries, and sometimes they have really cool graphics on it. So this one says, "I have not forsaken you, and I will do these things for you because I love you." And so I cut it out, and I used it and just glued it on, and put some ribbon and just different trim to kind of collage it up. So this is just an extra large tag, because I think I need a large tag somewhere. So that's laying there waiting for an opportunity. Here are the other 2 signatures. Let's see if there's anything. I got some silk velvet scraps off of Etsy, and I showed those to you the other day, I think, when I was showing you when the package came. So I've been sewing those on just here and there as tabs. I used this trim, which I just am I think this is so cool. It's got rickrack, 2 rows of rickrack, and then somebody hand crocheted them together. And I just think that is so cool. So anyway, I made a little pocket for this card. This is similar to that other card I have. And put that on the bottom. And I just poked in some of these cards I did the other day. Let's see if there's anything else. There's some more with the velvet tabs. And I took one of my side pockets from one of my kits. I think it's in the Heaven kit. No, I'm sorry. It's from the Proverbs 31 kit. Proverbs 31 woman has these pockets. And so I just cut them in half and made them into 2 pockets and put these cards on here. I trimmed this page up. I had this glued on here and it was just very plain. And so I had this kind of maroon or wine colored trim, and I thought it went with the colors of this really well. So I layered it up with this violet trim that I got it at a flea market. So just kind of dressed this illustration up. So that's that signature. This one, I decided to take one of my little cards, prayer changes things, and I just glued some lace on it. Honestly, I glued the lace on it, and then I also used the pearl drops. I'm sorry, liquid pearls. These droplets that when you drop them on your cards and things, they dry and they round themselves. They look like little pearls. But I put this lace on it because when I put this card in here, it fell out. So I put the lace on it to kind of hold it in there. And so and I glued it up here kind of out of the way because I wanted to see this. Here's another one of these cards with the lace, the velvet stitched on. This card, which I think I showed you how I did that. I just layered up some lace and different trim. And then I just stitched a piece of lace across there to hold it. And here's another one of these cards where this was a card in my add-on kit. I did the pearl drops, liquid pearls, and I used a different color. I used the copper pearl in the liquid pearls to do these little dots. And I do want to go back with some of that and add some more of those here and there. And then I took a piece of pink fabric that I had, just a remnant, and I put that cotton batting and then a piece of the scrapbook paper that I had in that one pad. Cut that up, stitched it together, added a little bit of gauze here. And so I thought that would stay in here pretty well since it's thicker. That helps it stay in. I had this trim, and so I decided to stitch it on here as a belly band, so it needs something kind of stuck behind it. I don't know if that's the best. That's the best one. It's a pretty busy page, so it kind of needs something that's not busy. I don't know. We'll see. Still not 100% on that. Here's some of the velvet that I stitched on, some more there. And then here's the scrap. I decided to collage with it. I got that big piece with circles cut out of it, so I just stitched it to a page on the edge. And there's another one with a little piece of the velvet. So that's that one. So that's what I've got so far. So I just thought I would catch you up on what I've done and what I'm working on, and I'm gonna just keep going. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.